Welcome back for the Mobile Gaming Fanatics. On my time, this is Top Drives, and today we're going to be theory crafting for the 9/11 GT1 finals, as well as looking at the French leg of the daily event challenge and getting that first ultra rare prize car from the loyalty coins, the Acura. But before we do that, let's look at the 9/11 GT1 prelims, our last chance to get cars for the final in terms of prizes anyway from the game. So if we have a look what's up for grabs here, we do have the G37 and the Honda Pilot, which are two cars I want you to keep in the back of your mind for when we come to theory crafting. But look at everything else, pretty kind of standard prizes. We can see we're going to be using German 2000, so if you want to, you can go and purchase special carbon fiber packs. German 2000 ones here, 5 up for grabs. For me though, it's a miss, and it's a miss because of the number of cars available. Now that maybe doesn't sound like a bad thing to have a lot of cars available, but unfortunately I think it's a bit too bloated for me to want to go and invest in this pack. I mean, with 12 legendaries and 30 epics, if you are fortunate enough to pull a legendary or an epic, while there are some decent legendaries and epics and even some decent ultra rares in this pack, I do feel, you know, you've got to go against the odds to get an epic or a legendary to begin with, and then for me I'd want to see less here to give me a better chance at getting the couple that I want in each category. So for that reason I'm going to give it a miss, but there will be worse carbon fiber packs out there for you to invest in. But before we go and theory craft for the 9/11 finals, let's have a quick look at the prelims. So to get these rewards, you're going to be using 20. No, you're not. You're using five 2000 German cars, one of them being the year of the Ox 2009. So as you can see here, these are the optional cars to fit that requirement. I have opted to go with the BMW 325i convertible because there is rain and there is also ground clearance levels which require you to have medium or above, hence city street levels. So I've opted to take the convertible for that because I don't have too many other cars that I can really use. And then for the rest of it, I've gone with a second medium ground clearance car and a third medium ground clearance car, which we'll see in a minute, part of the standard tires car here. I could drop out this and look for something else. Like I said, I did have the Sirocco in, but I find myself probably getting more use out of a car which is useful in the rain. So let's just come in and show you a couple of the track sets and the cars we're up against. As we can see here, 2 city streets and a wet car level, as well as a quarter mile and a twisty road. If we come up, somebody using the Sirocco here on the medium streets is not going to be too useful for them, and the Z4, so this isn't a particularly useful track set. 2 medium cars here, 1 for the rain, but you can see not too much when there's 3 rain tracks with these kind of lineups. A similar idea to what I've gone for, and in fact, you know what, Ben, I will play you for the sake of it. So when it comes in very quickly, I will lose on the twisty road or I can win on the quarter mile. I'm going to lose on the twisty road and put the Boxster in here. Now for me, I feel normally I would be putting the BMW on the pure rain circuit because that's where it's going to really want to go, and then I would be using both of my 2 medium city street cars on the medium city street tracks. And this is the way that I pretty much set up this hand each time I'm playing someone. So just to give you an idea, Jopal concept, cool, gets us a victory. Obviously not a great victory for 61 RQ, but it does the job. We've then got the convertible there because it's got the standard tires, getting us the victory. So that's why it's pretty much got to go on the rain all the time, otherwise it's kind of a waste of having it. And because the BMW M6 isn't maxed out, get a victory there. We're going to lose with the 911. This is a car, to be honest with you, that I probably should start working on and maxing out. I don't really want to invest all those ultra rares into it, but I do find it being used in quite a lot of events and seems to be used quite a lot in German events. There's possibly a car that I may have to bite the bullet and max out. Now if we do one more just to try and hopefully get a different track set, we will scroll up as far as we can go and just see how the team fares. I know it's not going to do well, okay. It's the one with 3 wet tracks here. So again, as you can see, I have a slight issue because one of the city streets is dry. So what do I do? Well, I've got the option of putting in the convertible, which is going to probably be best placed here on the city streets and just take a small loss there. I can't beat this, but what I can do is I can get a victory. If you know what, I'm going to put a victory here. I'm going to potentially get a victory. No, let me try something. Let me try something different. Let me try this. I think this is fractionally better. Again, not having the 911 maxed out that definitely blows me out of the water. That puts me out of consideration for a top 10. I'd have to have that maxed out, and I'd also really want to have more work put into that X5. Now, although I knew I was going to lose with the convertible here, I wasn't going to win on any of the track sets, I don't think, with it anyway. This is where I hope to have picked up the points. I hope to have picked the points up here against the Porsche. Shame we didn't. Okay, shame we didn't pick those up, because this is also a defeat, and I don't think I'm going to win by 100 points in the last, or 80 odd points in the last race. No, we're not. Okay, so there is the defeat, but at least you get an idea of the matchups with the cars. So yeah, for me, this is just an event to take part in. But what I'm more interested in are the finals. So we can go to all cars now. We can filter and be fairly confident that we're going to be seeing 2009 cars. Now I'm going to forget the fact that there may be some other requirements, like for example just being year of the Ox. So it could be 5 year of the Ox cars and 3 2009 specific cars. It could be something like that, but assuming it's all 2009, we can look at all the cars up for grabs and potentially cars that are going to be useful. If you look at the legendaries here, okay, there are 9 legendaries. First thing I notice, 3 of them are all surface cars, and in fact 7 of them, there's only 2 cars, the Pagani and the Lamborghini here, which are not 4-wheel drive, leading me to feel there is going to be some rain. The fact that 3 of the legendaries are in fact all surface cars could even push towards there being some dirt as well as rain. If we scroll down, you got the Evo again, which is another 4-wheel drive here. It's going to be a very key car, I think, in these finals, because it can kind of do everything. We've got a couple more standard tyre cars, and again the 4MATIC. All these 3 cars can be used, especially the Acura and the 4MATIC, on dirt if needed. Standard tyres cars will kind of help you a bit in comparison to those performance tyre cars. And then as we go down to ultra rares, you've got the Aspen, which a lot of people would have. We've got the G37, again making me feel as it's the top prize in these prelims, rain has got to feature, surely, correct? It's got to feature. Look at these other standard cars, which is why I'm working on the 535 Touring as well. And as we scroll down, the Honda Pilot, again giving people an option here, giving people a 4-wheel drive all surface car. Why not give them the Volkswagen instead, or the Clio, something like that? Or if it was purely going to be rain, you know, maybe the BMW 325. Well, they've already given this, I think. So yeah, you get the idea. Maybe they could have given the Acura TSX. I honestly feel there is going to be rain, and I also feel there is going to be some element of, wait for it, dirt. Now, do not quote me on that, okay? I do not have any stats or facts to go along with this, except for the cars that are potentially going to, what I feel, be useful because of the cars that are available in that year or that category of 2009. So the BMW X5 for me, I feel is worth putting another upgrade into its engine. So nothing to do with the prelims, but I'm forward thinking for the finals. I've done an upgrade already into a chassis a long time ago. I wouldn't say I use it a lot, but I do use it. And although I have a maxed out Range Rover and a maxed out Bentley in terms of all surface tyre cars, definitely having, well, the X6 would be slightly better, but I don't have the X6. I've got the X5. Having a worked on X5 I don't think is a bad thing. So here is what I'm thinking. the X5 would be useful for some kind of city street track slash dirt slash off-road slash rain. Okay, so the car's going to kind of be able to do a bit of everything. On the same kind of level, the Evo 10 is going to do the same. Maybe not as good in the dirt, but it's going to offer me some wet kind of option, as well as city streets, you know, a bit of slalom, anything like that. So 2 cars here that I think I can see being used in the finals, kind of regardless what the track set is, except if there is no rain or no city streets, then the X5 would obviously fall out of favour. Now, the Quadruporte could be used on a city streets if it was dry, potentially, but if I have a look at my other epics, I'm one upgrade away from maxing out the C8, which I barely use, but because we're this close to it being maxed out, I might as well max it out. So I'm hoping I get to use something like this and the McGann Trophy. So if there's a couple of dry tracks, if it's twisted, then yes, I might work on the scooter instead. And then we fall down to the last car, which potentially could be the Infinity G37, which is why I have started working on it, because there is a chance that there is going to be some rain. So why not put in a rain focused car? And by a rain focused car, what I mean is a car which is specifically decent in the rain. So the G37 would do that. Standard tyres, decent handling, decent 0 to 60 would help me in the rain. So I'm also working on the 535D just in case it is very rain heavy, because of all those 4-wheel drive legendaries as well. I might actually benefit from having 2 rain specific cars. So that is my theory. If I get stuck, I can also do the 4MATIC, although it's not going to be my go-to car at the moment because I don't have a huge number of ultra rares spare. So the idea is 1-2 cars, a couple of dry cars, and a filler car somewhere from my ultra rares, which I'm not sure if is going to get me the price car, but seeing as this is a rerun of a previously given price car and there will be an owners event, hopefully it'll be fractionally easier, and potentially the requirements won't be quite as high. So maybe having these maxed out epics may actually give me a chance, especially if I get in a beneficial bracket. So that is my theory. Anyway, don't quote me on that. As I said, I would say there's definitely going to be rain, and I would also say there's an extremely high chance of some kind of dirt as well, but I can't promise that. What I can promise you though is showing you now the final 10 or the 10 races to get you to the France Tour finale, to get that extra victory coin and go and collect that Acura. So as ever, thank you very much for watching. I've been MyTyme. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think the track set is going to be for the finals, given the cars we've been getting as rewards so far. I'll be interested to hear everyone else's thoughts, and best of luck preparing for it. Peace out.